Hey, what's up guys? In this video we'll talk about the upcoming movie Immaculate. It will come out in a few days, but the trailer was incredibly vague. So let's talk about some things you might want to know before watching the movie. It's about an American nun named Cecilia who joins a convent in Italy. And even though the trailer kind of makes it seem like this will be more about the characters, especially Cecilia, who suddenly becomes pregnant and carries a baby without an explanation, it's the location that will greatly contribute to the horror because there seems to be something seriously wrong here. I think in that sense it will be sort of similar to A Cure for Wellness, where you had this very mysterious location in the Alps. It also seems kind of similar to Saint Maud, so if you like that one, this could be very interesting for you as well. There will also be a few gross, violent scenes. From what I heard, at one point a tooth falls out. Whether it's forcefully removed or just becomes loose, I'm not quite sure. So once again, it does kind of sound like A Cure for Wellness, and I gotta say the dentist scenes in that film were, in my opinion, some of the freakiest moments I've ever seen. Any horror that has to do anything with teeth, I really hate. It's not even fun anymore, it just becomes disturbing for me. One thing that makes the church, or the location in the movie, so special is that it possesses a spike of Jesus's crucifixion, which I'm guessing will be important in the third act of this movie somehow. Maybe there's a vampire that shows up and they drive the spike right in the heart, I don't know. Among the nuns that we see, there will be some very strange and creepy characters, especially the old ones, because, you know, old people are creepy. There are very devoted nuns who constantly hide information from Cecilia, and this leads to the point of conflict that the people here seem to have a plan for her, and it likely becomes Cecilia's mission to find out what that plan exactly is. She at one point sees someone carrying an ominous envelope with her photo in it, so let's see what they want to do with her. There will be little or no electricity, so everyone walks around with candles, and that should help with the darker atmosphere. So you already know there are going to be lots of moments where someone decides it's a great idea to go into some creepy hallway at 3 in the morning for no reason. Allegedly, this movie will have a lot of jump scares, so if that's your thing, you'll probably like this movie. So I guess it really is like The Nun. The trailer definitely gives off more of a brooding, slower, uneasy tone than a jump scare fest, but hey, I guess we'll see. From what I heard, it will apparently be similar to The Nun, which, you know, hear me out here. In both movies, you have characters that have strong religious beliefs, and they're new to the convent where things seem to be seriously wrong. And in both movies, they are outside of the US. Also in The Nun, you have the blood of Christ in the convent, and here you have the spike. There is a reason for why she goes to the convent, of course. A tragedy in Cecilia's personal life causes her to become more religious. Translation, someone dies. So she becomes very, very religious after that, and that is why she likely goes to this Italian convent, because with it having one of the objects involved in the crucifixion, it probably makes it a lot more interesting for her. This is distributed by Neon, which seems to have many unique horror movies on their slate, including Cuckoo and Longlegs, so it could be promising. Lately, they're looking like they'll become a little bit like A24, and I really hope that is the case. That would mean that we'll get even more great horror movies. The location is a sort of hospital. From what I understand, it's a hospice for old, sick nuns. That makes it even worse because in a hospice, the patients are generally not expected to recover, so it adds an even more depressing tone to the location. One thing that I think will probably be hilarious is that Cecilia doesn't actually speak Italian. She comes from Detroit, Michigan to this convent and therefore doesn't understand a word. Terrible idea. I really don't like going to countries where I don't speak the language and they don't speak a lot of English, and I don't like going to France. So those were some mildly interesting facts that I could find about this movie. Let me know if you're going to watch it. Honestly, I thought that this would come out in a few months, so when I saw that it would be coming out in less than 5 days, I really rushed to make this video. Anyway, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that I get to see you in the next video. Bye guys.